How do I know that the kind of Islam we practice in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria by the Fulani, is that of land grabbing, dominating people's political and economic space? Is because the leaders of Islam, the real leaders of Islam, have decided to do away with anything called extremism. The real progenitors, the owners of the religion, have decided that they don't want anything to do with extremism. I want you to watch this video. This video says it all.
We only want to go back to what we were, the moderate Islam that is open to the world, open to all the religions. 70% of the Saudi people are less than 30 years old. And quite frankly, we will not waste 30 years of our lives in dealing with extremist ideas. We will destroy them today. A life that translates our moderate religion, our good customs. We coexist and live with the world and contribute to the development of our country and the world. This is something that there are steps that we have taken in the past that are clear. I believe that we will eradicate the rest of extremism very soon.
Now coming back, when you look at Saudi Arabia, where we have the Holy Land, and these are the leaders of Muslims, Islam in the world, go to Google and type, who is the leader of Muslims in Saudi Arabia? They call him the Grand Mufti. Type it on Google. They call him the Grand Mufti. And this Grand Mufti is being chosen by the King of Saudi Arabia. Note the word King. King, K-I-N-G, King. That means it is the king who is the custodian of the culture and heritage and the history of the people that presides over the religious leader in that Muslim country, the head of Muslims in the world, Saudi Arabia. When you are traveling for Mecca and everything, you know where you're going to. So this same country is telling you that we want to do away with extremism, while those that borrowed the religion, those that are secondary, the main Arabic speakers are telling you that we want to do away with extremism, which I think is a bit difficult. They want to be liberal Muslims so that they can be able to associate with the world. You can't call a religion of peace and you see that religion causing mayhem. No, almost all the terrorist organizations are linked with that religion. But here we come to Nigeria, we see some people who took the religion from the progenitors, adding a lot of extremism to it, adding politics, land grabbing, dominating your political and economic space, and trying to tell you that if you are not this or that, you will not go to heaven. These are the Fulani Islamic fundamentalists. I repeat, the king of Saudi Arabia appoints the Grand Mufti of Islam. So the Yorubas and the Igbos, whoever, if Islam becomes popular in the southeast, it is the king, the traditional rulers, as the people that brought in that religion, those that we copy the religion from. It is the traditional rulers that will appoint who becomes the religious whatever. So if the Yorubas deem fit, the southern part of Nigeria, deem fit to recognize their traditional rulers, if their traditional rulers are recognized much more than the religious leaders, I don't think they are out of place when we talk about those that have Islam Gongo. But some people, they are hiding behind the guise of Islam to dominate people, to deceive and manipulate people into taking over their land, taking over their political space and economic space, positioning themselves, and thereby causing a lot of pain to the culture, the heritage, the identity of these peoples. They use words like this: religion comes before your tradition. Trying to use that religion, of which those people that practice that religion It is their king, their tradition that imposes or regulates who becomes a Muslim leader. Who look at the regulations in Saudi Arabia. People go to Saudi Arabia and there are laws that are placed on everybody, both Christians and Muslims. Anything extremism and fanaticism is not accepted in Saudi Arabia. But some extremists find their way into power using all sort of manipulation and deceit, find their ways, position themselves in power. They'll come and tell you that this one, that one, this one, that Imam cannot bow down to Oba. The Oba is greater than the Imam. So far this earth remains. The Oba, some people will not agree with me. The Bible tells me, I'm a Christian, what Caesar needs, give to Caesar. What belongs to Caesar, give to Caesar. For instance, when Abacha was head of state, you cannot, because you're a traditional ruler, you cannot say you will not bow to the dictates of the government. The traditional ruler is just like a king in his domain. You can't. I'm using this small slide to explain to you our understanding in southern Nigeria when it comes to religion. About is the emir of Kano, Abacha dealt with them. Deposed and he dealt with them. Whether religious leader, you cannot try the government. As a religious leader, you can only be respected. You cannot try the government. The government will deal with you, because what belongs to Caesar, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So you can't tell me because of the prominence and because of the radicalization of a particular religion, you want to disobey constituted authority. In olden days Nigeria, the kings were the authority before we had the government. So there's no king that is lesser to any religious leader in the whole of the southern part of Nigeria. So it happens in the Holy Land, Saudi Arabia, where we have that prince. Most northern Muslims do not agree with this Saudi Arabia prince. You see how Saudi Arabia is developing at a different pace, how they are prospering, how they have Wahhabism is one of the most Wahhabism is a part of Islam. Wahhabism is a violent part of Islam, and Wahhabism created the South. Even that Wahhabism that created that dynasty, they are doing away with it. We have allegations that some of these leaders, they sponsor jihad in other countries, but why is it that we will not get sense? Even in Saudi Arabia, allegations that although they don't want extremism in their country, they sponsor jihad movements, terrorist group in other countries. But in their own country, they don't want extremism. Can't we have sense and practice the kind of Islam they are practicing so that there can be peace? Anywhere we have extremism, there cannot be peace, because everybody no go agree for you. Everybody cannot be Muslims. Some people would want to go to hell. They agree that they are going to hell, but you can't force them. You can't come and start using all these your tactics, your manipulations, and you say jihad. You always cause problems. If you are going through the violent way, you will never succeed through violence. Dialogue is the only thing you succeed. How did Christianity spread? In our modern day Christianity, you go, you preach to somebody, you go for crusade, you talk to somebody, you pray for somebody, somebody's heart is changed. You don't go and start using political, economic, whatever means, you encroach into a place, trying to use all those back step doors and everything. Some are even forced in northern Nigeria at gunpoint to accept Islam or you die. During the days of Jonathan, they will kidnap some people and say, you must accept Islam. If you don't accept Islam, your life is going. That is the conversion. Putting fear in the minds of people to convert people to a certain religion. So that is the extremism we are talking about. Anything coming from the north, you are exporting from the north to southern Nigeria, which is extremism, is not accepted, is not allowed. We don't want extremism. That's why we have told those practicing Islam in the southeast, the land of gold, the land of God. We don't want extremism. We are studying religions. We are religious people in the Southeast. So religion is not new to us. We have studied different religions. We don't want extremism. However, if you are bringing in anything from the north, exporting anything from the north, it should be something that will bring positivity to the people of that region. No IDB camps, no Sharia for now. Let them reform their Sharia. The Muslim countries, the leaders of Islam in the world are dropping extremism. But these people still have this extremist mindset. And I've told you, I started by saying the kind of Islam we practice in the north, especially that one that Fulani Jihad they practice, is that of land grabbing, dominating your political and economic space, and relegating you people as in your own ancestral home as second-class citizens. That's why an imam in Ilorin will have the boldness to say that imam will not bow to Oba. Who is an imam? When the Yoruba civilization, when Yoruba nation was prominent, the Oyo Empire, who is that imam that is going to talk to the king, to the traditional ruler, who then born well? They will just behead the imam because some elements have gotten into our political and economic space, using opportunity to enter our federal system, enter the national level, position themselves everywhere, using that to look at what happened during Buhari, using Buhari as a president, wanting to impose many laws. How the Fulani herders went rampage in almost all parts of Nigeria, in Benue, killings now, even in Enugu State, Hamufu. Everybody just will complain and complain. There is protest going on in Enugu State now. Killings upon killings. Women are coming out to protest that they can't go to farmland. And some people, the governor, seems that they are deaf. This age of social media and civilization is going to expose a lot of things. They seem they are deaf. These ones are coming to complain. The police commissioner there, they seem they are deaf. When some people start with a militia group now, because we are waiting, this thing should stop. You cannot stop it. Killings are still going on. With all the press conference, we are on top of the matter. We are on top of the game. One governor come, he go. Another governor still come. People are still complaining about the influx of Fulani herdsmen, rape and all, what have you. People are still complaining about these guys. Yet no solution in sight. Until people die finish before you know that you need to do your job. When people rise up as a militia group, go and send these people away from the bush, that is when you now muzzle all your arsenal to come and stop the people. That is one of the problems I have in this country called Nigeria. The police, however, outmanned, have a lot of things it is doing that might not be effective to chase away these Fulanis. And even looking at the politics in the Nigerian police force in Lagos, if they arrest a northerner, if you are a northerner has issues in Lagos, we have heard that very many times. The northerner might come out before you. The northerner might not even be prosecuted. That is how they have leaders. They have people who have connections with this. During Buhari time now, IG, somebody will tell me, somebody that is selling watermelon and pineapple will tell me that he has also person's number. If you call they will call this person, they will call this person. So this thing, they have permeated everywhere. So when you see the police not being able to stop Fulani herdsmen, it says a lot about the pushback from inside the system itself. So when a militia group now rise to send them away, that's when the police will now muzzle themselves to stop the militia group from doing the job that they were not able to do. Even at a point, the militia group might be effective in their sending and pushing back these terrorists that are terrorizing people in their farmland. They might be more effective than the police, but yet the police will do all it can to stop them. When we had ESN and all these other militia in the forest, sending these people away, it reduced their influence their presence on the farmland. It reduced. But yes, now it is left to the same police again. The people that will secure the governors and all the local government chairmen, the traditional rulers, is they seem helpless because after this protest, they will say protest. Or yeah, protest. After protest, the problem remains the same. Would you have headache? You go to meet a doctor, and a doctor prescribes a drug for you to take. After taking that drug, the headache persists, the symptom persists. You go back to the doctor, and the doctor gives you assurances, the symptom persists. Would you still listen to that doctor? That's the issue of security. And it is all an offshoot of an agenda by some people. They are slowly pushing and moving on that agenda. And we are looking at it, and you think it's child's play. My brother, is not child's play before it dawns on you. So the owners of the religion are rejecting extremism. So should northern leaders reject extremism? If you ask me again, what is extremism? I'll tell you. Extremism gives birth to Boko Haram. Extremism gives birth to Islamic Jihad. Extremism gives birth to all these terrorist groups in the north. And the way they move, extremism gives birth to the actions of killing, going to farmlands, kidnapping, killing in the name of Islam. That is what extremism gives birth to. So you yourself, you know what extremism is. Enugu leaders went to meet the Sultan of Enugu traditional rulers went to meet the Sultan of Sokoto. I don't know the reasons why they went there, but it's a solidarity visit. Let us respect. Look at what the Sultan said. You must respect other people, their way of life, and their religion. No aim to stop the Fulani killings. Who is the aggressor? Sultan of Sokoto's people. The person that is being attacked is going to meet the Sultan of Sokoto, and Sultan of Sokoto is telling them you should respect. They are using style to beg Sultan of Sokoto, I beg, talk to your people. Look, somebody is becoming an aggressor in your own land, your father's land, the land of your ancestors. Somebody is coming to become an aggressor in your own land. You are going to meet the leader of those people. Tell them, let peace reign. The person is telling you, respect their culture and whatever. What am I respecting? Should I respect the fact that they come to my land and destroy my crops and I look at them? This has been the common complaint all over Nigeria. They destroy your farm crops, they encroach on your land. Is that their culture? Is it the culture of the Fulani to encroach on the lands of farmers? Is it the culture of the Fulani? Because maybe they have been in the bush for a very long time. To go and start looking for people's wives. Is it the culture of the Fulani? Is it why I should respect? Many people blasted those Enugu. See, the kind of Igbo people we have today. So I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't think these people are really Igbo. You are going instead of you go there and tell. Let it be in the media. Have your own media team push what you've said. The traditional rulers can do better, not by wearing all those cassock, everything, all those attire and everything, and you go media is powerful. You don't know how powerful the media is. You don't know how powerful communication is. That is why people just stay, and you don't. Most of our cultures are going extinct because of lack of communication. So that's why any three things I've said rule the world: principle, idea, and narrative. How do you push this narrative? It's through communication, through the media. Now, thank God, this prince of Saudi Arabia has spoken. Abi the king has spoken. We are doing away with extremism ideas. So the Sultan of Sokoto should understand all this extremism. We are speaking against it, and it should not have any place in the southern part of Nigeria. I'm believing that the president will restructure Nigeria, but I think he's focusing on the southwest, and a big problem on our hands. However, that is one side. The Christians have started their fasting, their Lent. I wish the Christians should learn from their Muslim brothers. The Christians should learn from their Muslim brothers, and also close down the schools in the whole southern Nigeria, especially Lagos or Shun or Yo. They should close down the schools in southern Nigeria so that everybody will be mutually crazy and mad. You understand? They should close down the schools in southern Nigeria, at least for the period of the length. These states in northern Nigeria said 5 weeks is more than 1 month. We also 40 days, yes, it accommodates 5 weeks, so that we can see what we are talking. Sometimes when we do some things, we need to see it from the. Now, if this northern, if the southern Nigeria, says because of the Lent fasting that they should stop schools. Now, maybe the northern Nigeria don't understand. Somebody is doing what we are doing, and they may see it from a different perspective. Even Saudi Arabia itself is not stopping Muslim countries where Islam is born, they are not stopping schools. But some people, because of their extremist ideology, because of their, I don't know, this Fulani thing is becoming something else. If you stop schools and you are bragging about it, some people are even quoting the constitution. The government have a right. It's not about having a right to stop schools. It's about doing what is sensibly and morally right to accommodate other people. You are complaining that the southwest, the south, the southeast, they are rejecting Sharia. It is because of all these things. They are telling you that if you bring in this your Sharia, it's going to affect non-Muslims. This is why you see the rejection, not any other thing. These are the things. So don't be surprised. Don't be asking questions. Don't be surprised that people are not subscribing to nothing kind of religion and Islamic practice. What the Saudi Arabia practice, liberal Islam, is what the Southwest have been practicing. You can see success. You can see progress. Anywhere people practice liberal Muslim, there's always progress. Progress upon progress. If you don't see liberal Muslim anywhere, you see all this extremism, whatever, you cannot get progress. You just become anything. Anything goes, anything comes, anything goes. So the Christian Association of Nigeria should copy their counterpart. Let's see who is hypocritical. Let's see who will now look at what they have done. Whether it's really, even though it's backed by whatever law, it's really needed in a secular country and society just like Nigeria.